Hello, hello. How's it going? Nikki, web workers. Based on what you've been playing with previously, or in the most recently, are you doing WASM? WASM and workers? That? Oh boy. Hats off to you. I am sending not only luck, but good vibes. It sounds fun though. Um, so today's gonna be a quick short stream. We got a meeting at the within an hour, so I'm gonna try to knock this out. I want to do text 3D stuff. Um, your AOC solutions for 2 days takes a long time and it blocks the thread. And you're trying to put it on your website to show it. Interesting. I mean, it seems reasonable. And it feels like workers are sort of a good use case for the spinning off heavy computations and then WASM handling a lot of that potentially. So of course my cats are going nuts right now. We have been working on stream overlay, playing around with it at least, integrating with three.js. We are using React, and React has a component library called React Fiber 3, and a helper library called Drei. And those are built on top of three.js. And we got events working with some commands, I think. So we grabbed a random model a couple streams ago. Been playing around with that. I think we're still dumping stuff out to the console. So we're getting the Twitch stuff within here. And the other day, as I was looking through what else Drei does on top of three.js, I noticed there's a text 3D, which I think could be kind of fun. It does require a little bit extra lifting, other than just text on top, but I think it'll be fun to play around with that. So to start out, we're just going to take our model off right now. I don't know if Neil can hear my cat. He's tweaking and running around the house. Goof. So we've got sort of our overall app context, which is wrapped with providers to handle the Twitch stuff. Right now, it's just bringing in frame, which is our main model. So I think what we can do here is just say, we'll just call it text layer for right now. We'll throw some, I guess we'll do that. We'll take out the frame. I'll just throw some text on there for the moment. Text layer.js. All right, so that should just give us some text. Cool. Allergies, a little bit of a cough here going. So there's two types of text. There's text that's just flat, I guess you would say. So non 3D, 2D text. Using Droka 3D text. And I think we can kind of just do something like this. So if we throw that in here, I don't know if it's not clear if I need to put it in a frame. These cats. Font URL is not defined. That's fair. Kind of just fine using the default text right now. We need to import. Let's get rid of our CSS there. Which they gave the imports to. Like it's nice to have these succinct examples here, but it's also kind of nice to just copy and paste. Ooh, they have React Native. I did not know that. That's kind of nifty. We'll import text. And I suspect I'm gonna need to put it. Oh, no. Got some suspense loading. Tricked me there for a second. So I guess I need to put it all in a frame. Doesn't specifically say that anywhere on. Do I have one frame? I guess I guess I probably want to do multiple layers. So we'll do this. Move our text layer up here. Wait. Where am I? No, I do not want to copy and paste it in this. This is fine. This is the main app. I want to do it in text layer. Here we go. Yeah, let's do it in text layer. So copy, paste this. Copy, paste. There we go. Let's bump up the text a tad. It's always hard to. Is this big enough? It's hard to get a feel for. I mean, I can kind of read it on a little monitor. Was it fine before? Very readable. Okay. I guess that's probably what I should go for. Very readable. So we're gonna grab all these pieces. We don't actually need the model. So let's just move this up here, get rid of the model, and these pieces. don't know that I need orbit controls. Do still want all this in there, so we're gonna pull that straight up too. Yeah, that's looking good. I'm gonna organize my imports kind of based on like sort of use order, I guess. These are kind of paramount to what we're doing here. Twitch event Ustream, yep. Okay, so let's see what that gives us. Classes are not defined. I guess I'm gonna need to do that too, but we'll just take it out for the moment. That is setting the I feel like my IDE is not helping me out very much here. Okay, so we've got something not erroring. Let's pull in the CSS again. So this frame.module.css is it was the source of that classes error, but it's making adjustments for our canvas. I am tempted to do more of a global thing in the app and then have specific CSS for each. I think we're going to have multiple canvases, sort of depending on use case. And something like this, though, this can be applicable to every canvas that we're rendering on. So I may end up splitting this out, but I think for now this is probably fine to just put it in here like this. And then once we start kind of scaling it from here, then we'll deal with it. So this gives us the classes, and then where you put a class name on canvas. And I suspect that is probably why we couldn't see too much going on here. Here we go. Can't really read it. If I zoom in a whole ton. There's a little bit of anti-aliasing going on too. Like I can tell that it's 3D. You zoom in, you can tell that it's actually 3D. So we've got the text component and hello world. Oh, it is lowercase, okay. So we could probably play around with like color of the text and stuff. I don't know how much. Here we go, color black. I guess I want all those. That'll make it more obvious there. So if we zoom in on this, quite a bit here. So we are at 400, 500% now. You can I don't know if it comes through on the stream, but I can tell there's like the lines aren't crisp. And that's because this isn't like a vector like text would be. It's actually like dots on a page. So this is working. Now let's try out this text 3D. So we need to give it some font data. You can load the font yourself. Fonts in JSON format as a path to JSON file or a JSON object. So this is kind of fun. There was something that I saw on Twitter the other day. Yes, here. So this was the kind of the tweet that made me go, "Oh, this is cool. I want to try this." Um, so it looks like this just links to the docs right there. Supposedly they just added it, so we might need to actually upgrade to get this. Font loading via suspense. Too bad we don't have more involved example of it. Let's see what Webpack has. Oh, that's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. Can we yoink some of this? It works in my minimal reproduction. Are you talking about the WASM web worker thing you're working on? I think we're just gonna try copying this. We'll just see what happens. Go like this. We are going to need to point to a URL. So this URL is going to be relative to Drei.pmnd. A worker at all, because that means my site is the problem somehow. Yeah. I remember Gatsby had a was it a web worker plugin? They had a web worker. No. Is it a web worker? Workbox. Workbox is service worker. I'm thinking of service worker, which is a little bit different than web worker. Oh, I worked for Gatsby v2, but Webpack changed. Ugh. Yeah, I always feel like it seems like there was a lot of hype around service workers and web workers, and then people realized that they're sort of like foot guns. They're really cool, and to set them up as not too involved if you use something like Workbox to do some of the heavy lifting. But then if you goof something up, oof. Yeah, you keep yeah, exactly. This that's a good representation of what happens when workers go wrong. Yeah, I've still got a couple sites that I maintain that are on Gatsby. But for the most part I've been moving to other things. Oh, interesting. Why did this come through? Yeah. It's a feature.chat. So I got a little monitor on the side here. And I click the button, and then it makes it easier to talk about specific text. So I don't have to like try to point or be like that one piece of conversation that we had ago. We actually hooked it up on a stream last fall, I think. So I've had it for a little bit here. Okay, so as we've been chit-chatting, this uses a they mentioned that they require the font in a JSON format generated through this. They have a storybook with examples. This example points to this file, which is available at this fully qualified URL. I copy and pasted it. So if it's working how I'm hoping it is, we're going to have something show up here. So we got text 3D, font bevel size, that all seems fine. Mesh normal material, I don't know what that does. Where does that come from? Where are you, mesh normal material? three.js. Oh, I didn't realize that there's a float. That's kind of nifty. Where's float come from? Okay, so that comes from, I'm assuming that SRC here is Drei. So we've got, interesting that it's using text for a component. We've got text 3D and float. We might actually want to pull in float, but and center. Actually, I am going to pull those in just to make sure that it's actually showing up in the middle, and we're not just like if it's working, we want to be able to see it. And if it's working but not in our viewport, that's going to be an unfortunate error. So let's pull this in right away so we don't accidentally miss it. Float center. And we need to pull those in. Oh, thank you. I still don't know where this mesh normal material comes from. Unknown. Okay. We are just going to take that off for right now. So where are we at? Element type is invalid, expected a string. Check the render method. Hey, that's a lot of red. Hey, Walton. Yes, it is. I'm presuming that it means that we are using text 3D, which isn't in the version that we have. And we are, I guess we can test that via, I'm presuming that this is undefined, and that is why React is freaking out. And if that's the case, we might need to upgrade our version of React 3 Fiber. Yeah, it is undefined. So, or excuse me, React 3 Drei, because that's where it is. So it's on 11.2. Wow, they move fast. Are we going to need to update anything else? I don't think so. Might as well just upgrade all of these together. Cancel please. There we go, install. So how's it going, Walton? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hope you all had a good week, by the way. So we'll get some updates coming in here, and it's done. So we should be able to start up our server again, and fingers crossed, it is now going to work. So we're trying to put this into the overlay. I think we got the model working, and we've got events coming in from Twitch. We'll probably want to do some model at some point, but I wanted to do this 3D text. I thought that would be fun. That should be a quick win, is my hope here. Look at that. Okay, now we need some sort of textures, or this mesh normal. Where might that be coming from? Okay, you can use any material. Find more information about the options here. Okay. So we can set a bunch of that. How do we... So we could grab an existing one if we don't want to make one ourselves, which isn't... I don't think that's the worst. I'll probably do that off stream. Because it looks like you just drag a file into here and it just generates it, which is a font to a typeface.js font, yeah. So I don't think that's too big of a deal. But we just gotta figure out this mesh. You're waiting on some stock trades, eh? Interesting. So there's a gradient texture, there's an edges, trail. And that shows up in... What is that under? Billboard, abstractions. Okay. Yeah, it seems like the stock market's kind of been let's just say things are on sale right now. Which I don't mind. I will take cheap equity, right? Where's the meshes show up in here? Shaders, mesh. Ooh. Texture? Where is... Okay. Abstraction around three's own effect composer. By default, it'll prepend a render pass. Okay, I need gradient texture, edges. I kind of like the edges. Is it showing up in here? Edges, no. Texture. Whoa, whoa. UVXY. SQQQ. I'm unfamiliar with those. Is that a crypto thing? Shorts on the QQQ is SQQQ. That's fun to say. um, hmm. Look at this. Sampler, complex demo is by Can't Be for us. We were looking at their Twitter. I am wondering if we can. We'll wait for this to load and see what it is. I'm wondering if they've got other code sandboxes that we can look at. That's pretty sweet. it should we do hairy text? That would be sort of. Ooh. All right. So what do we got here? Oh, I saw this. This is dope. The things that they're doing with the texture mapping. I'll drop that in the chat. So what else do we got? Do we have this? They don't really. I definitely don't see this text 3D thing. Ooh. We can open that one. We'll take a look at that one. Is this one loaded? Yes, it is on its way. And I think my computer's loving this too. Yeah. Check that out. Definitely loving it. It's not it's definitely not a light integration. So I can't environment nifty. I don't think we're gonna end up using this at all. Partly because like we just want something kind of floating around here. But it's cool that we can do that sort of thing. Okay, here. Okay. We basically this is sort of what we want. So this mesh normal comes from I still don't see it. Is it just like a thing in there? That feels odd to me. Does that feel odd to anybody else? Like they just say mesh normal and it doesn't like it's just magical, it feels like. What the heck? It is just magical. Okay. Okay. Um so there's an environment. What's the thing? Oh, okay. Um there we go. Okay. I was like, why is that so aliased? Um so I think I'm gonna try this sunlight thing. I guess I don't really care either way. Environment comes from React. Yeah, I guess we can put it in. So that would replace the ambient light. Oop. And that comes from this. Oh, huh, I still have this in here. We have some errors. So we are importing text layer from text layer. Let's do a hard reload. Ooh. Okay. So we're getting the component. All right, let's try this environment. Take that out for the moment. I might just switch back to ambient lane for the moment. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't seem like I need it though. Just light in general. So we might be good. Um. Let's see. I guess let's try making it a little bit bigger, and then we can hook it up to some Twitch events quick and drop it on the overlay. We can sort of play around with it from there. Guess we got to go to here. Okay, looks like we can give it a size. I'm presuming we do it like this. There we go. Okay, and we also need to. We got that. Classes.canvas from frame module CSS. Okay, so why is that not using that height? So we're using the full viewport for canvas. Oh, do we not? Class name. From text tray module CSS. Size 80 is the text. So that is. There it is. That's you can see it there. Yeah. But we want the actual like this to be taller. If I just edit that there. So this is like the full, basically the full height. Oh, so I guess they're all. Okay. We want we want the app to be I don't know if I would normally do it this way. I probably would not normally do it this way. But the fact that we've got very specific size that we're going to be using this on, I know the exact size of the browser. So I can do a style and say height is going to be 1080 and width is going to be 1920. And I think that is going to very specifically set that height. Okay, so that's clearly too big. And it would be nice to make that responsive as we're playing around with it, but let's try maybe 48. 48 might feel like a good number. I don't know if I need to refresh or not. Still pretty big. Still huge. So I've got sort of the outer box here. Our canvas is set to those. Got a mesh float intensity. So if we just take out the float, how do we get it to here, camera? So I'm assuming what that's going to do is it actually sets the camera on the scene, and let's just take the font size off. What is there? Okay. So like that's actually in the middle, and is it actually doing the camera position? So if we take out the camera position now, I don't know that the camera position was doing anything. This is a lot bigger now that we've actually like resized the what it's supposed to fit into. Okay, so we have text. Let's do. I'm going to add a scene. Is it gonna show up? There we go. Okay, I had to refresh the cache. Okay, so we got text. I might end up having to refresh the cache a couple times, but we should have some events here. Twitch events. So now as we chat, we can do both commands or just text. So right now we can do, we'll hook up the command real quick here. So we'll say, text message. We'll say this is going to be our fallback. And we'll do, so if Twitch event equals on command, Twitch event, what do we need to do? We need to say the second arg, I guess. I think the third arg is, so 2, because it's an array, 0 base array. I think 2 would be anything you type afterwards. So if we do, let's just do Twitch event.args. We'll say 1 for right now. I think that's going to give us some dynamic text. And I'm not sure if it's actually going to require that to be refreshed. So if we say, it's kind of fun. Let's turn the float back on. We will need to do something to make that disappear after a moment. So Ustream sets local state. And every time it gets a new one, it's going to like it's going to reset the state, which re-renders the component. We could, is there a good way to transition between them? So the text geometry takes these. Is there anything like, doesn't seem like there's any transition related thing. Can we do some sort of transition here? Transition. Looks like it's just on this HTML object. This is kind of cool, actually. I didn't realize I could do HTML. So I guess we could do something like, I wonder if we could do CSS with this. Float, center, suspense, text 3D. So like if we look at this, it's a canvas. Funky inception going on here, but I guess I don't think we could do actually anything with hiding it via CSS. So CSS is just gonna affect the outer canvas. So how can we make it disappear? Feel free to try a command. It should work. It's fun to see it move. Here, I can actually, I will, so it's going right in the middle right now. We're going to shift it over down here. Yeah, so how do we do a transition between them? Portals, render. I mean, we could probably have it like fly out. Use animations. So there's trail. What is trail? It's a mesh thing. You can attach it to any mesh and it'll give you a beautiful trail. Oh. I wonder if that's how they were doing that other example. Probably some sort of like edges and trail. Positional audio, that would be kind of fun. Yeah, so we could we could do like a Doppler effect where it comes in. I am not sure. This might end up being something that we play around with next time too. So like there's also React Spring. I don't know. I think some of that is actually incorporated within React Fiber 3, but I'm not 100% certain. Yeah, using with React Spring. So maybe we can do it looks like we might be able to, which is nifty. Box geometry. So it's using animated.mesh, which comes from this. It'll be used instead of your DOM or mesh. So I think we could probably do that. So this is saying this would be how you traditionally do it with CSS, but that's not how React Spring works. And like this is kind of fun. It's dependent on the mass, tension, and friction. Is that? I am wondering if, so it's coming from that font. I wonder if it's not actually able to translate the emojis, which is why you get that. I wonder how you could do that though. That might just be like an HTML thing. Or we just scrub out any emojis. Actually, I'm curious, how did it come in as a response? On command. So it did actually come in as like emoji. So we might need to like scrub that out in the like when we're doing commands. Okay, well, I think we're just about done here for the day. I need to bounce off to a meeting here. I think we can do animations via React Spring. Then we'd be able to animate it in and animate it back out. And we'll have to do a little bit with like how long it stays in and whatnot. So we can do, we might have to do a custom use stream here. We are using this built-in hook. We might need to do our own hook where we have like a sleep event or something. So it's basically like a subscription. We get a stream of data, and every time there's a new piece, it just flips the state. But we can put a sleep, so we can say like sleep for 3 seconds, so we can have a transition happen over 3 seconds, and then it'll do the next one. So I think we'll end up using a custom stream and then React Spring to do the transition stuff. And I think that's something that we're going to want for everything. So I think we're going to want to do these spring animations. Because there's also animations. So a model or something that we do could use their animations to determine when they're coming into the camera or not. Or we can like bake it into the model potentially. But I think for anything text related, we just want to use React Spring. That feels like the right choice here. And then we'll just do some sort of animation, I guess. Which I think is going to be fun because I have wanted to use React Spring and I don't think I've had too much of a chance to do that. Spring physics. So that'll be next time, I think. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good weekend, y'all. And probably next time we're going to either do animations or React Spring. Probably React Spring. I think we can knock some stuff out with this text and have a fun text overlay to start things out. Good to see you, Nikki. Thanks for stopping by, Walty. Walton. I mixed Nikki and Walton. Thanks for stopping by, both of you. Have a good weekend. Bye.